Hello. Okay, the first the first message I saw was, "Why would you call to express your concerns about the new categories? The Grammys don't care." Hello, everybody. Okay, I have a surprise for you because for the first time in a long while, I present to you. He's here. Come on. Hello. Hello. You haven't seen him in a while. Hello. Hello, everybody. Is the real star of the show. The real owner of the show. Okay, wait, how am I gonna he did went he yes, he went on hiatus. Okay. Um they said they missed you, baby. Would you like to explain why you were gone for a while? Would you like to tell them that you needed time to recharge? Because your 15-minute appearance in every show is kind of taxing, huh? Hi, everybody. Why would Dior give Jimin a treat for Devak? Thank you. Thank you. Maybe say thank you. Angel Star gave you treats money. You can buy some more treats. Thank you, Angel Star. Why would Dior give Jimin a velvet jacket in 92 degrees? Some actually had it worse. think I honestly think that he was probably given options on what to wear and he chose like the one that he knows he could bear. They have to change something about doing the summer show in a place with no air conditioning or something because that was brutal for everybody. Not just for Jimin, it was really brutal for everybody. If you saw the show, you would see everyone really suffering on that. So I they really need to rethink doing that in a place with no air condition, or I don't know, just like not do it during the peak of summer, at beginning or at the end of summer maybe. Um I think I think they tend to preview the fall collection in the summer. Go figure. I know, right? Okay, let me say hi to everybody. I'm sorry I'm so late. I was really trying to connect very early. I was trying to connect 30 minutes before and just stand by so that I won't be late. And for 30 minutes, for 14 minutes, I was just trying to get everything okay, get everything set up. But I think I did. So I was able to upload a video. It's a collection of the some of the fan cams. So this is what okay, let me say hi to everybody and then I'm going to describe what I'm going to be doing. Okay, hello everyone. Elizar, A. Brown, Hanako Grace, Robin Bryce, Angel Star, Christy, Pia Anderson, Nadira, Carla, Z. Arashi, Leah Warburton, Elizar, Alta 444, Rebecca, Arlene, Jax, Hanako Grace, Gemini, Nadira, Leah, Michelle, to the Maritz, Christy, Robin Bryce, CMB family, Arlene, Shelling, Oriah, CC, there, CC, Reg Bear, Nadira, Arlene, Hanako Grace, Carol Faye, Carla Girl, um, an army called the Grammys, and she said they kindly told her to heard that they would like the fans to stop calling them. They are aware of the conversation regarding the new category, but they need fans to stop calling. Lisa Parker, Oriah, Marilyn, Nadira, Gemini, Christy, Bang Luna, Amy C, Hanako Grace, Lisa Parker, um, CMB family, Susan, Mina Pero, Oriah, Gigi, Carla Girl, Rebecca, um, okay, Norwegian Wood, Aspen, Ashley, Finding April, Silver Star, Miriam, Lisa Parker, Carla Girl, Reg Bear, Silver Star, Christy, Finding April, IMGG, Carla Girl. Okay, I think I'm close to the. I wonder who is the first person who wore that coat. Gemini Crown Prince, Joyful One. I hope he keeps it. Kez M, because it really looks good. Jin Z, Jean Z, Jean, Feli, Ruth, Dodger Girl is on Twitch. Seven Purple Pearls. I haven't seen you in a while. Jill, Vicky, Andy Big Night, Oriah, the Nikki team, BTS Army, Stephanie, Angel Star, Jian Lin, KG Creations, Carol Faye, Seuss, Reg, Ray, Jay Wong, Jax, Jian Lin, Rachel Loftus, A. Brown, Christy, Just Me, CDV, 1. Okay, hi everybody. All right, so sorry for being late. I tried connecting very early, but the earlier I try to connect, the more problems I tend to have. Okay, um so I did hear about fans calling the Grammys, which I think is absolutely crazy. Way to start a campaign, huh? But I tried to say this very, very nicely, but you know how much I love BTS. I think you know how much I love them. But the truth of the matter is that BTS is not the only one who wants to have some recognition from the West. Others have more to lose and more to gain because they don't really have a lot of um, Western pull, right? They don't have a lot of opportunities to be seen by the Western market. Now, that being said, BTS did not get their Western recognition by any sort of influence or support by a big label. We all know that they grinded for it. They started just like everybody else with no money, with a company that is about to go bankrupt. We all know what Suga said. He told a story about how the most beautiful moment in life was supposed to be their last chance. If they failed in Wayang Yonwa, they would have actually disbanded and the company would have gone under. So they really had nothing at that time. They took a risk with KCON, and that I guess spelled all the difference. So they earned their position not by any influence or whatever, but by their own merit and hard work. But BTS, that being said, one of the things that they have always been proud of doing, and we have always been proud for them, is that they do open doors for other acts. And the truth is that not everybody is going to be, not everyone will have the same, um, not everyone will be as, it's a different time. So a lot of the things that they weren't able to do, other people won't be able to do anymore. That doesn't mean that they don't deserve a chance. So there are other Asian acts that would really benefit from this category. I know how others feel that this is segregation and whatever, but at least many of these acts will be able to start somewhere. And this is one of the many ways that BTS was able to pave the way for other groups. So I hope that we understand that BTS is not competing with other Asian acts. They're competing in the highest level. They're competing for Record of the Year, Album of the Year. Um, so I hope we become more understanding of that, that it's not just BTS. It's not. And the other thing is that I know that there are trauma. Other people have trauma, whatever, unique to your situation. Um, let's not expect that other Asian countries will have that same trauma. Okay, so I hope we put this to rest. It's there. The category is there. It's their organization. Um, so let's just do our best to help BTS. Okay. Um, we should, yeah, we should leave yeah. Let's just let's do our best to compete. Let's pour all of our energy into helping BTS in any way that we can to get that award. As I've mentioned in the last live stream, not in the last video that I did, they're not there for recognition anymore. And they themselves have said that, like, that's not their focus anymore. If they get it, they're happy about it. And so I guess that's what we should be aiming for, that there are so many other ways that we can solidify the legacy of BTS. Um, this is, and but getting an award is a bonus. So let's try to get them as many of the gifts that we can give, one of which is a Grammy if we can. And then, but then there are other more important things. It's kind of funny because a lot of the people who talk about, like, on different social media, not just on X, but on IG or Facebook, would talk about, like, stop talking about the Grammy, stop and start talking about the quality of the music of BTS. And then you go through their timeline and they talk about anything but the quality of the music of BTS. It's just absolutely hilarious. You know that they are, you know that they are just, now that's cloud chasing, I would say. Now that's cloud chasing. Okay. Positive YouTube shorts that could go viral would be put out there. Yeah, there's a lot that we can absolutely do. Um, so I'll be posting the first video about it tomorrow, and then we can start brainstorming. I think they will absolutely submit. Okay, next. So I do have some of the videos that I, which is basically a collection of the different fan cams that we have that I was able to save and people were sending me. So in it shows she was able to, my editor was actually able to edit about an hour for each member, right around. Some are like 50, some are a little over 1 hour, all through fan cams. So she tried her very best to put them together so that it has some sort of a flow. But I think so, but then remember, I'm emailing many of this fan cams, and a lot of them would come back. So all of them, their only request is that I don't remove their watermark, which I never had any intentions of doing, by the way. So that's their fan cam. So they should, even if it's like sometimes there are um, watermarks that are across the screen. Can you at least make it smaller? But that's their fan cam, so they have the right to put the watermark anywhere that they want. So, you are going to see the watermarks, and then that's an advantage. If you want to follow them, then go ahead and follow them on different social media. But then there are also some other people who actually requested that I only show it to um the members only live stream. So what I did is that for the public live stream for this one, I'm going to give you just stitches of the different fan cams that I have. It's about 20 minutes, a good amount. And then the other thing is that I wasn't really strict in giving everybody equal, like 5 minutes each or 3 minutes each or whatever. So whatever my editor put together is what you're going to be seeing. And then we're going to go through I'm going to publish the videos for the individual members for their fan cams. For the members only live stream, I'll show it in the Friday live stream. And then I'm going to send it to you guys for your keepsake, just so but we should be clear that you cannot use any of those for any public viewing. You cannot sell it, of course. It's just there for you to look at, in other words, but you can't distribute it in any way, shape, or form. So what you will be seeing today will just be stitches of the different fan cams that we got. Okay, is that clear? All right, I'm hoping the same. Have you found the tank? Yeah, I found it. I actually showed it on I showed a preview of it on Patreon. I posted, I think, one or two pictures of that. I found it right after we got off. I found it. So it's there. Am I so no, I did not put it in this collection because there's someone else whose abs was very prominent in this. So I thought like maybe one ab should be one member should be enough for you in every live stream. So the next one I'm going to show another member um their abs. All public. They were the ones who showed it. So we knew you. Okay, I have to go look. Yes, it's in Patreon. It's in the BTS chat room. Okay. So what do I give you? Why do I give you the news and updates? How's that? First, let's do news and updates. So BTS is a new collaboration. It's going to be with Next Playground. It's a new gaming company. This is interesting. So um it is, so according to them, now Next is the name of the game. They have confirmed that BTS will be coming to the Playground's rhythm game, Stereo, later this year. So 2026, last quarter. And they said using Next Playground controller free motion tracking technology, players will interact with BTS music through full body gameplay. Designed exclusively for Next Playground, the experience reimagines how users can engage with a group at home, transforming the living room into an interactive celebration of the music and artistry that have captivated the audiences around the globe. Okay, so but this is okay. First, let me show you the product. This is how it looks like. They said it is console free. So I am assuming that they're going to be tracking your movement some other way, because so they said that they are reimagining the way that you interact with the music. I don't think that this is going to be a simple dance with me kind of game. I don't know if you've played any of those games where you are going to um let me check one thing. One second. Um they are YouTube sent me a message. while I'm live streaming. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So I had to respond to them. So okay, so according to the description of the game, you have the it is console free, so I'm assuming, but it is some sort of a dancing game, meaning you're going to be interacting with their music, but I don't think it's like Dance Revolution. Is that what they call it? So most likely, you either have something on the floor that you can step on, or they will require you to turn on your camera or put something on your body so that they can track your movement, something like that. So we so that's just my speculation. It is 239 right now if you buy it from their website, and that's how small it looks like. So the reason I thought that maybe they're going to ask you to turn on the camera is that the console itself has a camera. That's there you go. It has a camera. And Xiao Bai said, Jimin and J-Hope were so sexy at Dear Fashion Week. The hype you every week. Thank you, Xiao Bai. So Jimin and J-Hope, so they are one. So there are four top five, actually top five most um, posted this 24 hours. Two of those would be Jimin and J-Hope, and then the other was Messi, and then the other was Ronaldo. And they both of those people actually didn't attend Fashion Week. But anyway, thank you so much. Okay, so but this is the interesting part. I did mention to you guys before that BTS is sort of transitioning in a new kind of partnership with all of their brands. So instead of just doing your regular brand partnership where they are endorsing something, it's more a partnership between them, their IP, and the company. And that, of course, changes um, their payment, their payouts, because they're not anymore being paid just for the appearance or for their endorsements. They also get a portion of the sales. So that's how it works when it's a brand partnership, when it's actually when they're using your IP, actively using your IP, and not just you endorsing them. So this is one more way of them moving into that kind of brand partnership, because this game will be using their music. I'm assuming that there is some sort of, I don't know, like they probably used the movements of BTS. They track the movements of BTS so that you can dance with BTS, something like that. So let's see how the partnership is going to go. I do plan on buying it and trying the game. I used to, if you would remember, they had a Bangtan bomb where Jimin, Suga, and Jin were actually dancing to something. I tried that. I do have a PlayStation. So let's see how this is gonna go. I'm gonna try this, and then I'm gonna let you know how it looks like, how it's gonna go. But it's just interesting that they really are fully transitioning into a new kind of brand partnership. So it's not anymore just endorsements. It's more an active participation in the selling of the product. So that's good news. The other thing is that I think if this succeeds, this could be the next step for Hybe Gaming. If you would remember, they are going very active in the gaming industry, but so far they haven't really had much success in the games that they licensed. The two games that they licensed didn't really do so well. They sort of leaned more into the anime type of gaming, which are usually they do good, but the two titles that they had weren't really compelling. It doesn't really tie you to the storyline of the game. So maybe something like this would be the next venture for them. If this succeeds, this could be the next venture for them because they're kind of combining those who actually like music with gaming. So let's see. Okay, next, this is the first 5 games that the the company has. So if you buy it now, these are the games that you're going to have. And then usually, if there are new titles, they usually give out free games with your when you subscribe. But there are also titles that you have to pay an extra for. So most likely, for the BTS game, you're gonna have to buy the game for you to be able to play it. Okay. I play the games, but it didn't hook me for a long time. Yeah, the long time game that I play is the In the Som. I go in and out. Like I would play for months and then not play for months, just because I'm so busy. Oh, okay. So I have news for you. So, according to the submitted documents of Danielle, her lawyer, Danielle still really wants to go back to ADOR. So she really wants to go and be with, according to the document, she still wants to go back to New Jeans. Okay, so and she sort of she's saying that she's still open to that she still would very much want to go back. However, in another part of the document, they are saying the lawyer is saying that Danielle fully believes that she I saw something. Okay, so Danielle fully believes that she's being targeted, and the reason for that is that Danielle said that in the new organization that they put together, so they established a new organization. Although someone is saying that they did not legally establish it, it was just like an internal agreement within the five. Um, but apparently that still get recognized by the Korean court. So Daniel is saying that that organization, the five of them established, the head of that one is Minji. So she's saying that she's heading the organization, and then Hani went to the parliament, made up stories about you. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. So, but this is sort of how what she was saying in the, or maybe I should be more legally safe. Hani went to the parliament and testified against Hybe and Ador, and then Minji is the one who's heading this organization that they put together to represent the five of them when they were going against Ador. And she said, but you're not suing them. You're suing me, who didn't do any direct damage to your brand. Meaning, I wasn't the one who went to the parliament. I did not head the organization that they put together when they were going against. So she was against the door. So Daniel is saying that that means that you are just targeting me. Because if you really want to be fair, then you would go after this two other members, because they were the ones who directly went against you. Okay, so she, in the document that they submitted, she still wants to go back to Adore. And they kept that open. She's like, if there is any way we can just settle this and she can go back. So she still wants to go back. I think she's kind of realizing that um this is just my opinion, my own assumptions, and I have absolutely no proof on this. This is just something that I made up in my head. Um, I think in the beginning, she really was gunning to be independent of Adore. She really want to cut off that contract. And then when she finally did, she realized that no company is going to work with her when you have a pending lawsuit. And then she realized that, oh my God, I won't be able to work for years, or up until she doesn't know. Or the other thing that could happen is that even if she continues working, that she's going to have to pay off her contract. And so she's probably thinking maybe just going back to Adore would be better. That's just my opinion, my assumption. I have no proof on that. Okay. So that's my update on Minji, on Danielle. Okay. The other thing is that Hybe chairman Bang Shiyuk is being requested by the prosecutor's office to testify against Kakao CEO for the manipulation of the 2023 stock of SM when Kakao was trying to buy SM Entertainment. If you would remember, he was allowed to go out. He was let go on bail, of course, but the case is still pending. So now they're requesting that he testifies. So let's see what's going to happen. That's the only new thing about that. They're requesting him to testify. Okay. And then the Seoul police actually would do a weekly, I think, or a daily briefing on their different cases to the media, and they were asked about Bang Shiuk's case. So it's now approaching, like, I don't know, 2 years, but they said that there is really no new update except that they're trying to fulfill all the additional investigation requests by the prosecutor's office. So for now, no end on that case in sight. Okay. Um, I'll look at the questions now that she's free to find work. She wants to go back. I think she's realizing that nobody's going to work with her unless she settles this dispute. Because it's not even about now that Hybe actually like publicly declared that they have no interest in her anymore, that she's free to work. It's kind of easier for companies to work with her now. But coming from a brand and coming from an advertising agency, I would not recommend her to the brand that I'm working with if I am in the advertising and marketing side, because there could still be rep- uh, it could still disturb the things that I'm doing, not necessarily but the brand. Because if the judge, for example, orders that future payments have to be split into two, that's just an additional work for the brand. So that's one. Second is that I'm going to think of how that is going to affect my brand while the case is ongoing, right? So there are going to be write ups. They might find out new things. The media might reveal new things. The evidence might reveal new things about her. So if I'm the brand, why take the risks? There are thousands others that can take her place. Okay. Um, these people must be on hallucinogen. Does he have to testify? Uh so if he was subpoenaed, he has to testify some form of another, is how I'm understanding it, if he was subpoenaed. However, he can send his representation. It can be the lawyer. So everyone has the right to counsel. So if he was subpoenaed, he doesn't want to appear directly, he can be represented by a lawyer. But as far as I understand it, if he was subpoenaed, he has to testify, although it doesn't have to be him personally. My blood pressure goes up every time I think of NJ. I think going back to Adore is wise, but can Adore handle the big mess of NJ's reputation has made and still come out successful? Maybe she realized that she wasn't famous, just the group. Can all the girls of New Jeans sue Min Hee-jin? They can. Yeah. You know what? If you would remember, I have an interview with an entertainment lawyer, and their advice is that if you want to sue everybody. Okay, New Jeans is learning less. It's a learning lesson from girl groups that still exist. I can't imagine why a company wouldn't want to work with someone who pulled all that stuff on the against the company. Okay, so that's the update on Bang Shiyuk. All right. So I have several more general industry updates. For Spotify, if you are a paid subscriber, they rolled out Spotify Reserved. So if you would remember, I updated you on this. If you're they have reserved tickets. They could reserve tickets for the most dedicated fans of an artist. So for example, if you're a premium member, that's the requirement. You need to have a premium account. And if you're one of the top one streamers of a certain artist, then they can reserve a ticket for you once that artist goes on tour. So they'll notify you. So for example, you are in LA and person has a that artist has a stop or will be having a show in LA, they can reserve the ticket for you and you can just pay through Spotify. So, but that has to be offered. You cannot buy. For now, you cannot buy. So it has to be offered. And you have to be like the top streamer of that artist. It has now been rolled out. Okay. So if you think your favorite artist is going to have a tour in the future, then maybe get a premium account and exclusively stream that artist. Okay. So that's how it's gonna look like. Videos for you, live performances, today's top videos, but the live performances is what you need to be on top of. Okay. You mean like BTS bots? Yes. Okay. So artists in the beta can upload. Oh, the other thing is live performances. So Spotify is going to be competing against YouTube. They're going to be competing against YouTube. They're starting now because they are realizing that music is starting to become an audio visual experience for a lot of people. Meaning, sure, there are people that would be playing their playlist while they are driving or while they are in transit. But anytime they have a chance to actually look on the screen, they would rather watch a music video or a content with that music, using that music as a background or whatever, instead of just listening to music. So they now lean heavily in we can see JK. Okay, for the if you have your bias. So this is my suggestion. If you have a bias in BTS, please get another account. Don't abandon BTS altogether just so that you can stream exclusively for that member. Can you please get a second account for your favorite so that you can exclusively stream for your bias on that account, and then of course continue streaming for BTS. Okay, so going back to this, so they're going to compete with YouTube because they're realizing that a lot of people the music experience is becoming audiovisual, but they're kind of limiting this to the artists for now. So what will happen is that if you are an artist that's on Spotify and you have an account, you can directly upload your live performances, studio sessions, covers, and official music video on Spotify itself. And then, of course, that's going to whatever that earns will go back to you because every play will still be counted as a stream for that song and it's going to go back to you. So they are starting, and they were kind of open to this, that they're starting to challenge YouTube primarily because they realize that discovery happens more with videos. So most often, like 94%, I think, according to this other research, probably Nielsen, 94% of people who go to Spotify to play new music, they discover that artist from YouTube videos. So they're realizing that now. So I think they're going to do a slow rollout. They're going to start with allowing artists to upload videos. I think the next step is to allow certain people, maybe premium subscribers, to upload videos for the artist, but it has to be approved by the agency or the artist itself. I think that's going to be the next one. And I think they're going to start building their own influencer, um uh like their different influencers, and then from there they're going to allow these influencers to start uploading videos to promote the artist and the song. Okay, I'm a visual person. I much appreciate music videos since the 80s. I've streamed exclusively on YouTube because I love the MV. Only for BTS did I start using my Spotify account. So that is they call it they actually have a tutorial on YouTube if you want to search it. If you're just curious how they're doing it, you can go to YouTube and search for it. But of course, you will not be able to upload unless you're the artist yourself that has an account on Spotify. And then South Korea launches the 2.2 million fund to support independent K-pop agencies. I think this is a good thing. So they chose 10 agencies and they gave them like I don't know, 200,000 each, I think, or 220 something, 210, $215,000 each. And the idea is for these agencies to actually use those funds to promote in the West. So they actually chose 10 different agencies, specifically 10 different groups under an agency. So the influencer will be offered the reserve ticket first. No, no, no. So those are two different things. I just okay, maybe I wasn't clear. I apologize for that. So those are two different things. Are reserved, Spotify reserved is specifically for those that are streaming heavily for their favorite artist. So anyone that is, if you are in the top 1% or maybe top 0.5% streamer of a certain artist, then they can give you tickets. um, they will offer you tickets when your favorite artist goes to town, your town. But it has to be offered. You can't, there's no way for you to request, at least for now. There's no way for you to request, there's no way for you to buy. So they will offer it to you. So they have to see your data, your analytics on their end that you really are a top streamer for that person. Okay, now the second program that they put in place is the videos for you. And this will allow artists, so you have to be an artist in Spotify. You need to have your own account in Spotify. That will allow the artist to upload not just the song, but also music videos, live performances, studio sessions, you in your bedroom covering a song or whatever, or doing another version of your song. So that they will allow you to upload on Spotify. And the objective is to compete with YouTube. Wonder where those seats are located on the tick Spotify is giving away. Okay. Well, I don't know. If any one of you gets offered, let us know. Okay. Share your experience. But you know what? When I learned about this, I was like, hey, I have a chance because there are a lot of artists, like Asian artists, that I use as a filler in my in my streams for BTS. But then I don't use Spotify. I use Apple Music and Amazon Music. So I was thinking, like, because of this program, I was like, should I open another account? I should probably give it to my mom and she can play whatever she wants. And then we can have a family account, and then I'll use the other account to like stream other artists that, other like Japanese artists that I like. But yeah, it made me think on whether or not I should get a premium Spotify subscription. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so going back, South Korea chose, they have a program under KOKA. So they're going to provide funding to 10 different companies, but specific to a group under that company. So good news, but they said that the use of the money has to be for the expansion to the North American market. Okay, next. They are, I guess you guys are going to like this. So they are proposing a new law, and this is going to target AI deepfakes, the use of celebrity, I guess, on the use of anyone's face or name, image, and likeness on any kind of R18 deepfakes. So you know that there is an entire industry out there that puts the faces of different musicians and artists on an R18 rated video, and then they make money off it. Now, the thing is this, the people that are consuming those content, the R18 content, they're fully aware that those are deep fakes. They know that someone just put someone's face, like a celebrity's face, on that the body of this person. They don't mind because it feeds their fantasy. So it's really like, these are for people that are sick in the head. So um so it is not that they are faking people, that they are lying to people. It is that they are, the people that are consuming this content, they're actually allowing themselves to be lied to because it's the only way they can make their fantasy come true. Okay. So they're proposing a law that will punish those people that does that. So not, they're saying that if we're not saying that you cannot do this at all, but you're going to have to get the permission of the artist or the celebrity or the other person. Okay, so let's see where that leads, but I'm in full support of this. I think if you're going to use AI to put someone's face in someone's body, you do need permission for that, especially if it is um, R18. Okay, those are my updates. Let's go to Google BTS because this has been pending for a really long time. But my dog kind of wants to go down. Say bye to him. What? Want to go down? Say bye bye. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye. Okay. Okay, let's go to Google Gemini, and then I'm going to show you the video, and then we're gonna end with Cat's Eye, ILLIT, and Le Seraphim. How's that? How's that as a plan? Or maybe I should do after this. I'm gonna do Le Seraphim, ILLIT, and then I'm going to show you the video. So that's our closing. Okay, Google Gemini, BTS, the city, ARIRANG. So the partnership of Google and BTS will now be for the entirety of the tour. So all the way until 2027, the partnership is going to continue. So all the stops where they will be doing BTS the city, Google is going to be there. But there is an extension of the service, meaning there are certain aspects of Google Gemini functions that armies will be able to use even if there is no BTS the city. Okay, I will discuss that. All right. So, Yoongi tank top, please. Now, I did not put Yoongi tank top here because there is another member that showed his abs very, very prominently. So I will reserve the tank top next time. I'm racializing. I'm splitting my resources. Okay, next. All right, let's go back. Let's talk about Google Gemini. Okay, so Google Gemini is, I don't know if you've actually used it, but I don't know which AI you're using for those that are using AI. I guess you are using AI whether or not you know it. So, um but for those that are actively using like different AIs for different things like Chat GPT, Grok, Gemini, whatever, for whatever purpose you're using them. For Google has actually been actively building their AI for a really long time now. I'm part of their testing buddy. So whenever they are launching a new product or they have a new upgrade, before they actually launch it, I'm one of the many, one of the thousands they get in touch with to test it. So even before you know about it, I get to know about it. But because I sign a contract that says they can sue me for everything that I have and everything that I will have in my next lifetime and the lifetime after that, then I cannot tell you about it. So, all right. So I hate Grok Gemini. So Gemini actually is pretty robust. Google is really developing it. They want to give you a total experience and they want to be in every aspect of the things that you're doing in your life. So from maps to shopping to finding your favorite drama to finding the next binge that you're going to have on Netflix to finding the food, to asking questions about food or the things that you should buy, to finding people. They want to be there for you. They have all apps for almost every need you can think of. Okay. And I mean every app for everything that you can think of. You can think of. So one of the ways, however, that they know people are going to start really adapting the technology if you get into an aspect, a need or an activity of the person that they really enjoy, like music. Usually the entry point towards other things happens through the things that you don't need, meaning you will start using something for your essentials, but first you will use it for your non-essentials. Okay, hope that made sense. Okay. So for Gemini, that's kind of what they want to develop. They don't just want to be um s- an app that you ask questions on, but you can actually do enhance your experience on. So for BTS city, the city in Busan, um, one of the ways that you can utilize Gemini is by actually asking for where the activities are, right? So there are so many things that are happening. So you can actually ask Gemini, give me like the things that I can do for the day. So they'll give that to you. And these are the activities that are listed that are officially affiliated with BTS. And then from there you can ask them like, hey, I'm already in this place. Is there anything else that I can do? Or what's the nearest restaurant or what's the nearest whatever. Okay, so that's one way of utilizing Gemini. And then the other thing is that you can, once you take a picture on your phone, you can tell Gemini, okay, I have all of these pictures that I have on my phone in relation to BTS, the city in Busan. Then you can start improving them. Like you can put all of those stuff that you're seeing on your screen. Like you can put um, notations, you can put dates, you can put stickers, you can edit it a little, you can put two different photos together, make a collage, and then start your BTS diary. So you can start your journal through Google Gemini. And then Gemini is going to organize it for you. So for example, you went to a beach walk and then you have 5 pictures of that, and then you went to a store near the beach and you have 10 pictures in there, and then you saw some people, blah blah blah. So Gemini can actually organize it for you. So you have your day 1, and then it's going to like create an online journal that shows you these are the things that I did. Um, at 9 o'clock I was here, 10 o'clock I was here, 11 o'clock I was here, 12 o'clock I was here. And then once you click on your 10 o'clock activity, then it's going to give you more of that pictures and then give you more information about the things that you do there, other things that you can see there, all of those good stuff. And then it can also connect you with others if you give them the permission to do so. Meaning, if I was here at this place at 10 o'clock, I want to see who else are there. Okay, so those that gave them permission to publish or share their posts, their journal, then it can give you that, those information like John Smith was in the same place at 10:03. Jane Smith was in this place at 11. All of those things. Okay, is this free? It is free. Okay, so that like that those are some of the things that you can do. You can put notations on your pictures. As I've said, you can build a journal. You can do a collage, and then you can ask Gemini to put that together as a video. So now if you just want a personal memory that you can put somewhere for yourself that you can go back to, or someday when you have children, show those to your children, that's good too. You can also share it if you have your own YouTube account, TikTok page. You can share it on those as well. Okay, so it's kind of like it's like an assistant, really. That's what they're aiming to become. They become your assistant. You can create personalized itineraries, receive real-time local information. As I've said, if you are in one place and you say, I want to see like all the other restaurants that are near here, I want to eat some samgyeopsals, give me the best samgyeopsal here. They're going to push those information to you. You can also complete digital missions because the BTS the city has digital missions. If you can pick up stickers, or you can take a picture of a QR code and it's going to give you a stamp. If you complete that stamp, it's going to give you a badge. You can also learn Korean culture and traditions. So if you are doing something, for example, you are in a hanbok place, you can ask Gemini to tell you more about specific hanbok. As you know, there are different hanboks for different levels of prominence in Korean society in the older times. You can participate in Weaver Stamp Rally, and then you can also receive local based recommendation that was pushed by Busan themselves. So their partnership isn't just user generated. The partnership that BTS has. They're also partnering with different organizations, specifically the local government and different businesses. So it gives you more information. So if, for example, when I landed in Seoul for Seoul BTS the city, for I think it was SK Telecoms. I think it was SK, or maybe another. It wasn't KT. It was something else. And BTS the city app, the Gemini app, actually pushed to me that there is a promo that if I get. So I usually get like a pocket Wi-Fi, right? For those that watch my live stream, I get a pocket Wi-Fi and then I get a SIM so I can use both. Okay. So um for I think it was the SIM that I got. It told me that if I upgrade to another SIM, I'm going to get a free something, a free souvenir related to BTS, and it's an official souvenir. So things like that. It gives you like promos, things that you can get as an extra. Okay, so um a lot I know that there is like automatic resistance on AI, especially among BTS fans. There's a lot of narratives on what AI can and cannot do. But I think BTS, and there is a rumor that actually circulated not long ago about RM creating a PowerPoint presentation, going to Hybe, and then convincing people not to get into AI, not to get it into metaverse or all of that's not true. That was invented by a fan because it was a narrative that everybody want to hear. It actually went around, but it's not true. So this is proof of that. They've always been very much into technology, and but they're always about looking at an opportunity or looking for a chance or for a way to use technology to their advantage. In other words, um they don't want to um they don't want the technology, they don't want to serve the technology, they want the technology to serve them. So that's why they always stay ahead of it. Okay. um so and one way for BTS to do that is to solve different fandom problems, right? Because we have a lot of struggles as a BTS fan when you watch a concert. And a lot of those things Hybe has already solved, but there are still some problems. Like, for example, they've tried to organize the buying of merch, right? So they ask you to pre-order and then pick it up, but then it's always out of stock. You know? So there are solutions that they provide, but it's never a perfect solution. So now they're trying to use AI in order to anticipate the problems to the solutions that they provide. Okay, so that's the goal for them with their partnership in Gemini. So, fans. So one of the things that one of the problems that they actually solved is that fans, when we were new, when BTS was new, like 2013, 14, 15, even 16, 2016, 2017, we were all scattered. We were on Twitter, V Live, fan cafes. They had the Daum Cafe, the official hub of BTS, Instagram, YouTube, and then there were many other fan communities. That's why they created Weverse. So the goal was to actually to allow fans to get the news from Big Hit and BTS themselves on Weverse. So you're not getting it from anybody else. And as you know, we've kind of developed that culture now that if it is not announced on Weverse, the ethical thing to do for the fandom is to not talk about it because we want to wait until the official announcement. Then we're going to start the conversation. And then when there are things that we want to buy, the first thing that we do is Weverse. If someone says, hey, a member posted something, the first thing that we do is check Weverse. So it has become the hub for all of us. They succeeded in that. Okay. If we can only solve the ticketing problem, correct. So buying merch internationally was difficult. It's still difficult for a lot of people. But then they created an integrated solution on Weverse Store. And then they partnered with Universal so Universal can fulfill the needs for areas that they cannot cover. Okay. Wait until Weverse denies it. So though I'm just giving you like a rundown on how they provided solutions to some of the problems. Now, the the number one problem that they had is that they were actually missing out on monetizing and providing armies the total experience when we go to a concert. They did not realize until much later on that many armies are so devoted that when they go to watch a concert, they don't just go to one night, that a lot of armies would actually go to multiple nights. So they're thinking, okay, they're there to watch our concert. That's about 3 hours. But then what about all the 21 hours that they are in that place and they're not doing anything related to BTS? That's why they created BTS the City. This is a model that that Big Hit and Hybe would actually be eventually using to all of their acts. Once their acts became big enough to command such an experience. So it looks like Cordis is going to get there. So they want to do this for all their acts. When people travel to a specific place, they want you to travel there not just for the concert, but also for the total experience. So for BTS, they're implementing the cultural experience because they're actually big enough for that. So, but when we go there, it's still very hard for us to get the information. So in Seoul, because Gemini wasn't fully rolled it wasn't fully rolled out yet, one of the things that I had to constantly do was go back to Weavers and then go to a certain page and go to a link so that I can go to a certain page and so all of those stuff. So it's not convenient for me to just click one place and find everything that I need there. That's why, and that means I don't have enough information. That's why they created Gemini. The goal is even before you go to Busan, for example, or to London, you can set your itineraries using Gemini. So look up the information before you go using Gemini, mark the places that you want to go to and check. And then, and that includes those that are directly affiliated to BTS, the city, and then create other, like locate other places that you want to go to that's close to that venue or that activity you want to go to, you want to do for BTS, the city, and then get Gemini to organize your itinerary. So Gemini will do everything for you. You just need to choose the things that you want to do, and then they'll do everything for you. So if you tell Gemini, okay, I have 6 hours, I want to go to two different places for BTS, the city, and then tell me the things that I can do close to those BTS the city activity. So they'll do that for you. And then as I've said, while you're doing all of these activities, you can take pictures and they will eventually, and then after that they're going to organize your journal for you. So information, in other words, is what Gemini is going to solve for BTS armies, or at least that's what they are envisioning. They're going to provide the Gemini will take care of your information. So the problem is that BTS has become too big for any one um, app. That's why they needed to use AI. So you have, if you're a new fan, for example, and we're seeing a lot of new fans converting from being a hater to becoming a fan, or being a casual to becoming an army. And if you are entering the fandom in 2026, remember, you are going to catch up 13 years of content. You have hundreds, if not thousands, of music videos, documentaries. How many documentaries have they done? You have books, BTS universe lore. You have solo projects, live streams, concert footage, interviews, and behind the scenes. So you're basically going to scare new fans. There's just no way for them to catch up. And so Gemini can actually organize all of this information for you. So they can tell, they will eventually Gemini can organize the information based on the interest and learning capacity of a person based on all of their searches before. They're going to recommend, okay, this is your week 1, week 2, week 3 content that you can consume. So if you're an army, I'm like, okay, here I go for week 1. These are the things that I'm going to be consuming. You can tell Gemini, I have 2 hours every day to consume BTS content. It's going to recommend to you the things that you should be consuming. Okay. Um, I went to art museum so many times. They gave me comp sticks. The manager was awesome. I love that they thought of all the activities for armies to do. Yes. Okay, so the question is, why not Chat GPT? Why not cloud? And why can they just not build an exclusive Hybe AI? They probably will in the future. But Chat GPT lacks the deep ecosystem integration, meaning there's a lot of information. The widely used browser is still Google. So, and Google is never going to provide Chat GPT all the information that it needs. It can pull information, but it's not going to integrate with Chat GPT deep enough for Chat GPT to provide all the kind of experience, the level of experience and customization that armies would probably need. And the other thing is, if I'm Google, why am I going to give it to you when I can just make my own? Okay. And then for cloud, it's still too small. The company still too small. They still need a lot of work in order to scale up. And then if Hybe actually build their own model, they're going to start from zero. If they partner with somebody like Gemini, they have the advantage of knowing the data of the person or that entity. And so it's easier for them to customize a program for that person. So it's easier. In other words, the biggest driver or the biggest advantage of Google Gemini is scale. It is big enough so that it can provide armies 360 experience and a better experience in consuming content and in organizing their experience. So Google actually has three things that Hybe needs, desperately needs. One is maps. They have Google Maps. So it's easier for people to find pop-ups, locate army events, avoid crowds, and build schedules, right? Because all of those things you can actually do in Google Maps. So you can find restaurants, you can find transportation, and Google already owns the world's biggest powerful mapping ecosystem. Okay, next. And then search. Google understands information retrieval better than anyone. Far from perfect, but if you compare it to others, they're better. Future BTS experiences won't just require answers; they will allow you to discover things. And then the third thing that they have is the multimodal AI. So it's not just one specific service. They'll give you text, voice, photos, videos, locations, shopping all at once. So, in other words, whatever it is that Hybe wants to build for armies, Google already has. They just need to be able to hack into one of the system of Google, a specific system, to provide BTS armies the experiences that they need while still having access to all the information that that person usually accesses. Okay, this may be the first step towards Army Copilot, meaning they are testing armies to become the co-pilot of other armies' experiences. So, because for example, because I'm using Gemini, Gemini is able to determine, okay, this person has been searching BTS since 2013. They will know that about me. They know that about me. Okay, this account has been searching BTS since 2013. All right. And these are the things that she has done. So now they can use that information to study how they can better provide information to newer armies. Does that make sense? So your information, your activities, Gemini is using to provide better experience to future armies or newer armies. So you're the co-pilot of the experience. So you can, for example, you can use prompts like, which BTS song should I listen to if I like Spring Day? So it's going to recommend new songs for you if you like Spring Day. Explain the symbolisms in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So it's going to pull videos, it's going to pull books, blogs, the different things that BTS themselves have said, and and it'll push to you all those information. Or you can say summarize the Wayang Yonhwa storyline for me. Then the Gemini is actually going to do that. So in other words, it's going to organize information and make it accessible to armies. Other prompts: create a playlist based on RM's philosophy, or which BTS lyrics mention loneliness. It's going to give you that. Explain references in ARIRANG. It's going to give you that. So, okay. Or it can be action based. Plan my BTS Las Vegas weekend, or which museum exhibits are connected to BTS the city for London. So that is the goal for them. remember that BTS is trying their very best to make everything accessible to armies. They released BTS lyrics 1 and 2. So the one that they are going to be releasing soon is going to be their third. So they already have one, they already have two. Unfortunately, both are sold out, but you can probably buy in the secondary market, but it's going to be more expensive. But for now, as they try to make all of this um, content available to everybody, it's still limited to those that have the books, right? The aim of Google is to make all the information BTS has ever provided to anybody available to those that are using BTS x Google Gemini. Okay. Um, so the lyrics book of Gemini partnership may actually point also in the same direction. Um, there is going to be a BTS lyrics x Gemini partnership. So they will launch that. So it's the book is actually BTS explaining BTS. It's them explaining what their song is about. So if over and above that, Gemini can gather quality information from different BTS content creators, then they will be able to supplement the things that BTS is doing in order to make their music understandable to everybody. Okay. So this is actually um this will address one of the things that people constantly talk about when it comes to Grammys, or just when it comes to commanding respect and recognition for the music of BTS. Because there's always talks about, oh, emphasize the quality of the music of BTS. Talk about this, um, just try to understand the lyrics of BTS. There's so much substance, but there are very few that are doing it. And then the real good ones that I've actually found don't actually do very well in terms of views because their approach is very academic or very intelligent. They're not there to create beautiful videos. They are there to create substantial information. And most of those people don't necessarily have the help that they need in order to package their videos or their content in a way that will make it palatable to other people. Gemini is going to do that, or at least that's the goal. You're going to find quality information. So, for example, this is just an example. There's a professor in Harvard or Stanford who decided he's going to do an analysis on the music of BTS or in the marketing plan of BTS, how they marketed themselves. Most likely, Gemini can pick up those information, package it well, and then distribute it to different fan bases without the content creator having to spend for an editor or a videographer or a marketing plan. Gemini is going to do that for them. Because if a lot of armies are using BTSx Gemini app, then the fan base is already there. It's easier to push, it's easier to distribute it to people. Does that make sense? Okay. What else did I put here? Okay. Yeah. So BTS has never sold music alone. They always sell the entire experience. Okay. So remember that BTS is not just about selling music. They are selling context, meaning, narratives, and challenges. And all of those things, BTS Gemini will be able to, and those are hidden across lyrics, albums, speeches, books, videos, interviews, documentaries. We always say that BTS they create this like overarching experience for you. They distribute their narratives across different media. So the best way for them to gather all the information and organize it and customize it to one person is through AI. So right now it is Gemini. Okay. If they are using that content for free, I object. What do you mean? An AI program that has all your personal information like Google, because they know where you have been, hackers has gotten and ruin your computers, they can track. If anyone gave out your medical records, they would be sued. Basically, if you use this, for example, in June, I can pinpoint every single place you have been to as an admin in the month of June. You're jumping. I can't comment because it seems that you're jumping, or maybe because I wasn't really reading the comments when I was discussing it. Okay, let me try and maybe give give this another. So when you implement a program, this is the same as AI, for example. By the way, any AI, or even when it was social media or streaming, um, it is very, very natural, and I guess it is sort of noble for people to think ahead, right? So, for example, like, okay, when you're creating a new technology, of course, one of the things that you need to consider is how is that going to affect other things, like the long term effects. How is that going to be utilized by people? Because at the end of the day, you do need to think about people, right? Because whatever you're producing, it's supposed to be the end user will always be human beings. It can be used by plants. At the end of the day, it's still used by a human being, consumed by a human being. So I think that's natural. Okay. That aside, I think we also need to learn how to first split the product and the person, how the person is going to use that. In other words, the intent and the result. Because if you always think about the result without having to think about the intent, because humans are flawed, whatever you produce, whatever you create will always end up being flawed because it's going to be used by flawed people. If that is the case, then um you were not going to progress, right? If Henry Ford was thinking about irresponsible drivers, then he's not going to invent cars. He's just going to develop far faster horses. Does that make sense to you? So, um, cars were never intended to be dangerous. It was intended to transport human beings from one place to another. Has it been used by stupid people who would drive when they are drunk, who's actually intentionally used the car or transportation or any kind of mobile devices, mobility devices in order to harm other people? Absolutely. So there is the intent. The intent of the car is to transport goods and people from one place to another. And then there is the result that it is transporting people from one place to another, but it's also harming many people. But because the benefits outweigh the consequence, we're pushing through with it. We're still using cars. The same thing is true with knife. It's actually being used to cut vegetables and meat for the kitchen, for many, many other things. Has it been used to murder people? Absolutely. But we cannot ignore the good things for the bad things because then we're not going to progress. So the same thing is true with AI. It was created for something good. Will it be used for something bad? Absolutely. But if we just think about the bad thing, then we're not going to progress. So BTS is doing what Henry Ford did in the past, what what many other people have done, and that is to think about how they can use this technology in order to lessen the bad things or the bad consequences. They won't be able to absolutely get rid of the bad consequence. I think that's impossible. But if they get hold of it very, very, very early and control how it can develop, how it will develop for their advantage, then they can minimize the bad results and maximize and highlight the good ones. So the concern is, but this is Gemini, it's going to tap into my information, um, and use it for whatever. uh, sure, that is always a concern. um, but for me, my response has always been, okay, so let's think of a solution. Is there any way we can avoid that from happening? Because it's not, if you stop using AI, if you stop BTS X Gemini, it's not going to solve that problem that Google is actually using your information for other things. Even if BTS does not partner with them, Google will continue doing that. So the only way for you to avoid that is to stop using Google. So maybe you can use something else. Then they're going to do the same thing to your information. So that is the question for me. Like, this partnership is not the problem. It was never the problem. It will never be the problem. If BTS decides not to use AI, not to use Google Gemini, Google will still be tapping into your information if you're using Google. If you don't use Google and you use something else, that whatever it is that you're using, they will just use your information the same way Google is using it. So stopping this partnership is not the solution to the problem that everyone is proposing. Does that make sense? I'm not saying that there is no problem. The problem absolutely exists. But stopping this partnership is not the solution to the problem. Because there has to be something else. So there. That's where I stand with this. In fact, I would say that for me, it's good that BTS and Big Hit are taking a hold of the technology early enough for the fan base so they can control how it develops. Amy C, Google is already using your information. Google AI once tried to convince me that Hani didn't speak at the Korean National Assembly, so my trust level is low. Yeah, there's a lot. AI provides a lot of, and this is why I say, like, if you're on X or on Facebook, especially on X, like a lot of people will like, Rock, can you verify this information? And then they will just rely on the response. I'm like, that is not the way to use AI. Absolutely not the way to use AI. You don't ask AI to provide you a conclusion. Never ever do that. That is the fastest way to human demise. If you ask AI to provide you the solution, don't ever do that. Use AI to get to your conclusion, but don't use AI to get the conclusion. Does that make sense? I use Chat GPT. Yeah. So I basically use it for research. If I'm already all the videos that I made, all of those came from my head. I use um, AI to correct my grammar because I'm not a native speaker, and then to verify. So if I have an information, I ask it for sources to fact check, things like that. But the conclusion will always be mine. Okay. Chat GPT is always it is one of the most flawed. Okay. Do you want to consume the video that before I go here, do you have questions? I don't want to stop the partnership. I am just octopus. I don't want to stop the partnership. I'm just astonished people hand over their data easily. The good thing about Chat GPT is that they put that down at the bottom of their screen that they are not perfect. AI, including ChatGPT, gather information from everywhere, never rely on it. I know. I use it mainly to rewrite for me. I use AI for my Korean practice. It's great. Yeah, so AI, I use that for Korean. I use for so if there is an article or a word, I ask it to verify. If there is a claim, I ask it for different information. So you do need to seek both sides, especially if it is an opinion. So um, for example, the case of Hani, you need to ask it for information on both sides, not only information that will validate your conclusion, but also for information that will invalidate your. And that's the same way for everything, even with like mainstream media articles. You do need to seek out both. Okay, cat's eye. Yes, cat's eye. I'll get to that, I think. Yes. So 20 minutes. I will get to that. So this is 20 minutes. And then and then cat's eye is 20 minutes. I will get to cat's eye. Okay, let's go. I can't put the music because then um YouTube is actually going to ban me. But these are just some of the fan cams that maybe you are missing. So again, there is no order to this. I guess whatever it is that my editor actually saw, she just put here. But all the members will be shown. Don't worry. And all the members have considerable screen time. Yoongi, there's going to be a lot of Yoongi. A lot. There's a lot of Jin. A lot. All of them. All of them. Oh, there's your Yoongi for you. Jimin has swivel hips. Your editor like that, Jimin. Or probably that's what she found. Waiting for your oh, you're gonna be happy, Abron. Waiting for my abs. You're going to be very happy. Just wait. You will be very, very happy, I promise. Jimin is an angel, period. Yes, he rules over the fairies. Okay, have some J-Hope. I guess you know that that's the mic drop move. There is actually this fan cam. There's one shot, a picture where J-Hope actually sort of smiled at her. So I know that J-Hope knows this fan base. Mic drop. Okay. For the JK enthusiasts, there are all kinds of angels. For the JK bias, I hope you're happy. And of all the times that he's shown his ab, this is my favorite moment of him when he was just sitting on the other end, one of the ramps, and he was just singing. Okay, my dog. While you're watching, I'm gonna let my dog out. Sorry, I can't put the music because YouTube is gonna ban me. Well, not ban me, but they're going to demonetize it. Okay, so for the gin enthusiast, you're gonna be happy with this one too. No abs though. Yeah, no abs. I have a series of pictures of him with a lot of abs. I did not put it here. I will ratio my assets. My fixes, yeah. Okay, Te. Who was the one waiting for Te? Okay. You're gonna be happy, don't worry. I don't know if it's this one or the other one. Anyway, you're gonna be happy. I'm gonna get my kombucha. Has he shown his abs yet? No, not yet. Okay. He will, don't worry. Spoiler. All right, get ready. Get ready for his abs. Did I do well? Well, actually, my editor, did she do well? That's him, by the way. That's Te. She was on a mission, yeah. I told her this is delayed. So you better put some abs there. And I said like you have to give it a good amount of time. He was just adjusting his shirt. Sure, sure. There, she has an edit. So Suga likes doing this pose. Anyway, in the solo, so she's editing one per member. As I've said, it's like an hour per member. Right around. Some are like 50 minutes, some are a little over, but the average is an hour per member. And she found so many videos of Suga doing that pose. So it's funny. I love Tess new hair. Did I do well? Or did my editor do well? This is why we are in Delulu. They're showing it. Better appreciate it. I always think that Yoongi would make an awesome girl dad. Oh yeah, for sure. Just a dad in general, I think. I think he also will make an awesome like dad for a guy. I can picture him being a dad. Your editor did very well. I will let her know that you were very happy with her edit. She actually barely edited. She just put things together. The actual edit will be for the individual mic fan cams. So, your editor, Sugar Pregnant, a juicy post. Okay, this was the I love this. But the thing is that my god, it was really I think it was pinned on the side because it won't hike up. Jin's shirt won't hike up. Okay, you know that waist. The legs go on forever. The art museum, yeah. The word toting is coined for Yoongi. Wasn't it meant for our JK? So as you see I'm going to keep it up so you can take note of the fan bases. You can follow them if you like them. Z Arashi, lucky me for being here tonight. So this is an entire performance. This fan cam just followed Jin in the entire performance. I'm asking her to find the clip where the fan cam shows the like Jin, full body Jin, because I want to see him dance. He's improved so much. What language AI? What language AI do you use? Oh, Joyful One. Robin is asking, what language AI do you use? Yeah, this is the entirety of the song. They were just following Jin. I think she was sitting in front of me during sound check May 28th because that army had the longest lens ever. I need 8 fan cams, one group, and one for each member. That's a long yeah, but that's one of the many projects. But yes, the goal is to have like a group fan cam for all the songs, and then one for each member for all the songs, just focused on them. There's one fan cam who um I think they were following several fan cams following one for Jungkook and Jimin, one for Jungkook and one for Jimin. And it kind of showed um how they make an effort, the two make an effort to go to each section. I haven't found that kind of fan cam for the others. I watch a lot of focus cams, yes. So for all everyone who allows their fan cams to use, I will put them together. This is not in the concert, but I thought maybe a tank top RM that would make you happy. In addition to the abs of Te. You have tank top RM. Jin has improved his dance. Arm's hair is going every which way. Jin has improved. Yes, he has improved. I have, and even RM, I have been so disappointed with the multi view so far. Too many times, one of the multi screens was the main cam, so it's a waste of multi view. True, true. I think one of my frustrations about the multi-view is that it still fails. I thought at the very least the multi-view will show who's singing, right? They don't many times the one who's singing they won't they're unable to capture them. So I'm like at the very least you have multi-view, so at least one fan cam should be dedicated to the person who's singing. Or if there are multiple persons singing, then they should be shown. That doesn't happen. Um, okay, this is RM. Didn't bother with multi-view the last time. Definitely a waste of money. Okay, about 8 more minutes left. Do you want me to cut it so that we can discuss Cat's Eye? Although, or do you want to continue with this? True, they need to have JK hold the drone more often. JK is a good cameraman. Okay, more JK booty shaking. Please do. I will do Cat's Eye. I have enough time. You want to hear about the girls, but this is fun. Okay. Zorin Robin been waiting for Cat's Eye. Okay, I'll do that. Don't worry. The last one will be Cat's Eye. God damn, Jimmy. I love this. When he was resuscitating RM. All different views. Oh, so a staff member went on the behind the scenes. She showed the equipment, the setup basically of the stage under the stage. So it was good because you kind of see like all those equipment, how it's set up, where the boys are, where the crew are actually moving, how they're moving, stuff like that. So it's all here. You hate the way that looked? Which one? You're learning Chinese? I was trying to learn from RM, but he speaks way too fast. James. James enunciates clearly. James of Cordis. He has never said anything I did not understand. Because it's always, although his grammar is all over the place. His grammar is horrible. Even I can spot his grammatical errors, but he enunciates clearly. If your concern is to just communicate, James is a good one. Is a good place to start. Second is um Kazuha. Kazuha enunciates clearly, or more of his abs. Unrelated, but I just say I so hate that GD. RM uses it so much. To me, it's a major curse word. So surprised how much they use it when censor other words. Ah, GD. Okay. Those dang rolls and grinds. Oh my god, my head. When JK was pretending to do heart pumping, his back was supposed to be stiff, not wiggly. Well, he was just joking. It wasn't meant to be serious. It's just kidding. Having fun. Okay. So this I think my last set would be JK. Wasn't that a meme? It was a meme. They all look happy. I'm so glad for them. The GD curse words, I don't type it out in full. FaceTime call from family in NY, eating at 34th and Lex. I love the outfit Jimin was wearing. Oh, this cute one. They were going to do so apparently they were supposed to do the lifting when Jungkook used to lift Jimin for that part in the song. But the version that was played didn't have that part, so they couldn't do it. That's why they ended up laughing because they made all this effort to run, or at least Jimin made all this effort to run, and he couldn't do it with Jungkook. Oh, this one. Okay, so this is when he danced with the dancers. So apparently, this is his thing. He would usually do this that part of the concert, he would go down and sort of hype up the dancers are sitting on the floor. So he did that. He's like, everybody stand up and he'll dance with them. I still laughed at how Jimin messed with the security guard. Too funny. Mic drop. Okay, 2 more minutes. Oh, less than a minute. Okay, I think so. This is my last part. I think the last set is Jungkook. It's so funny when Jimin surprises the dancers. That was so cute at Carla Girl. These are great clips. Please tell my editor she did great. How long is the final video? The final video? So I have an hour for each member. One dedicated video for each member. And then I think the fan cam for like the group is an hour as well, or an hour and a half or something like that. Bang Luna, I'm still searching for the cams of the guys doing the karaoke song. I have those. Or some of it at least. Not all of it, but some of it. Some of those. Is it moon on the back of the jacket? Jungkook is perfect. He is perfect. You forgot this was live. Okay. So I think Jungkook is the last one, and then we can go talk about Cat's Eye. We need a special live for the hour long clips. Okay, let's go talk about Cat's Eye. Okay. Um, that's not it. Oh yeah, this is it, I think. Oh, that's not it. What if I did not put Cat's Eye? Are you all gonna because I don't think I put Cat's Eye. Wait, I'm gonna do something about that. I'm so sorry. Okay, wait. I did not set it. Um, I'm gonna upload it now. Hopefully, it's not gonna act up. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay. I was so ready with it. I did not know that I uploaded the same presentation twice. Okay, give me maybe like 30 seconds. It should be done. I'm very happy finally to not attend their concert. I might have cried all the time from happiness. Okay. Can we talk about JK's vocals in Into the Sun? His voice is mesmerizing. Um, I have so in the final review of the final review of the Arirang album, I will talk about like how different their vocals are, like the way they experimented with their vocals. Now, I'm not a vocal teacher, I'm not a singer either. So I'm going to be taking this from the point of view of a fan and someone who's done some music work for the movies that I have made. Okay. So let's talk about the fact that, well, first congratulations to three groups because they um debuted at number 38 on Billboard Hot 100, and each member, of course, each group has already has their own Billboard hits. So for Le Sserafim, this is their highest entry. Next to that is Spaghetti featuring J Hope at number 50, and then Crazy at number 76, and then Easy at number 99. So their highest entry is Iconic by Mistake. And then ILLIT entered at number 1 for their debut song 2024 Magnetic. So this is their second entry. Okay. And then Cat's Eye, Billboard Hot 100 record. They entered at number 92 for Gnarly. Internet Girl is their highest debut at number 29. Gabriella actually had a long run and they peaked at number 21. Pinky Up debuted at number 28. Okay. So they all had Billboard hits. This is their best, for at least for the two of them, this is their best performing in terms of debut. Iconic by Mistake is very stable in the chart. It debuted with 3.1 million streams and currently at 2.6 million streams. And this is day 11. So perfectly normal, very, very stable. I hope they continue their run. Okay. Now, for highest Asian girl group debut on Billboard Hot 100, they are now the sixth. So their highest debut is Blackpink's Ice Cream at number one, Pink Venom at number 22. Sorry, that is not number one. That is number 12, not number one. Okay, so Blackpink's Pink Venom at number 22, Blackpink's Shutdown at number 28, um, and then Pinky Up by Cat's Eye number 28. Sorry, Shutdown is 25, Pinky Up is 28, and Jump is also 28. And then Internet Girl is 29th, and then 38 is Le Seraphim, ILLIT, Cat's Eye, Iconic by Mistake. The next one is actually New Jeans at number 68, I think. Okay. The streaming numbers are crazy. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. So there is apparently, I will try to finish as much as I can. Whatever I don't finish, I will continue. So, but these three groups are actually going to become the model for Hybe in how they're going to be penetrating the US market moving forward. So they're actually kind of like um, cornerstone of Hybe in their strategy for the global for their global strategy on how they're going to enter the US market. Because the truth of the matter is, even before BTS, well, actually until now, it's easier for girl groups to get recognition, critical recognition, than it is for boy groups. um in fact, there have been many girl groups who have won Grammys. TLC, um Destiny's Child, but no boy band has ever won a Grammy because there's so much stigma. But there's not a lot of stigma when it comes to girl groups, which is kind of weird because there have been many girl groups who actually don't write their own songs either. Um, Wait, what did BP actually do? Okay, so um, that is why Hybe actually went heavy in producing girl groups because it's the barrier is easier for them. Now, do remember that these three groups actually are owned by different companies. So for Cat's Eye, they're owned by half owned by Geffen, and then the other by Hybe. And then Le Seraphim. By the way, Hybe X Geffen is a different. Like they put like a label. It is its own label. It's not Hybe America. It is owned by Hybe America and Hybe Korea, but it is its own label. So it's like another Source Music and another B Lift Lab. Le Seraphim under Source Music and ILLIT under B Lift Lab. So they are going to. It looks like they're going to be using three different strategies for these three girls, three acts, three girl acts. ILLIT will be the one that is going to be more like visual heavy. I mentioned to you that one of the major discoveries of Spotify is that that music is becoming an audio visual experience for a lot of people. They're not just consuming it by listening to the music, they're also attaching visual experiences with that. And ILIT is the one that will go heavy on that. That is why their lore has been deep and it's actually really beautiful. That's why they're concentrating on developing the visual side of ILIT as much as their music because that's where they're gonna go. Um, it's interesting. We will discuss this when we go to ILIT. I don't think we'll be able to finish ILIT today, but we'll go to it eventually in the next one. So ILIT's visual development. So they're finally all adults. So that allowed them to transition into something that is more mature. So they used to go like angels, very kiddie because they had a minor member. Now they're transitioning into the fairy kind of look where it still looks magical, but in a mature way, fairy. It's child. When they were younger, they went like the angel kind of aesthetics. Okay, we'll go to that in a bit. Fairies, what is fairies? Did you mean fairies? Yeah, sorry for the spelling. Yes, fairies. And then for Le Seraphim, they're gonna go more fun conversational. Okay, so fun conversational. So they are going to be leaning into songs that sound conversational, not just but fun. So when they launched, they were heavy on the like the fierce kind of sound, well, fearless, right? So they were like a little bit closer to like classy, high end. Their initial concept was modeling actually. So not really girl crush, more like lady crush, something like that. But they're transitioning towards fun conversation. And I have a fun insight on that. So apparently, this is really a lot of influence is really coming from Yoonjin in terms of creative development. The transition started in Spaghetti because that song, that entire concept was actually Yoonjin's concept. She was the one who thought of it. So she said, "Why not create something like this?" And it was so out of pocket for Le Seraphim. That's why they decided to do it. They decided not to do a full album. They decided to do a solo single track because it was so out of pocket. It was so different from the sound and the look of Le Seraphim. But it looks like it seems that that's what's working for them, and they're going to be transitioning towards this. And it's going to be more authentic because it's coming from the girls, right? Okay. The other thing is that now for Cat's Eye, they're going to transition to more accessible pop. The one thing a lot of people notice about Cat's Eye is that they're so heavy on the TikTok kind of sound, like a lot of hooks and not a lot of chances for the girls to demonstrate and highlight their vocals. And the girls sound really, really good. Two specifically, Lara and Sophia. So they are unable to really showcase that because they're not given songs that will allow them to showcase their voices. However, they've built a really strong fan base of people who are interested and are into the TikTok kind of pop, where it's a lot of hooks, it's a lot of moments. And even in their routine, if you watch their routine, there's a lot of moments. Like you can splice the choreography into like 10 different 10-seconders and you're probably going to get something great. As a TikTok hit, but it's not in general like a work of art, right? But they're going to be transitioning towards that. Okay. It's the it's my dog's fur that's getting into my nose. Okay. Next. All right. So let's first get into Cat's Eye. They will be transitioning towards songs that are going to be showcasing their vocal performances and actual like dance routines. So if you notice Hybe and other labels under Hybe, they have this habit of working with almost like a fixed set of people for the first 2 to 3 years. And then um, once they have developed like a strong identity and a strong fan base, they start expanding. And they do this to almost all of their groups. The first 2 to 3 years will be a fixed group because they want to develop the identity of the group. Once they have that, then they start expanding. And Cat's Eye is sort of, they're now crossing their third year. They're now on their third year, traversing their third year. So they're slowly going to be transitioning into songs that will showcase their vocal performances for the girls to actually be start, they need to start getting their credibility up as artists, right? Okay. Mano is on hiatus. She is on hiatus. Um, all right. So in 2026, allegedly, this is the plan for them, 2026 to 2027. So they're going to be doing an arena tour. They're probably going to be expanding the tour to outside of West. So they're going to be doing a Asia tour. They're going to extend the tour to do more Asia dates. They're going to most likely going to expand the tour in the US as well. They will most likely do an encore, maybe BMO, like a small stadium for them for the encore, just for the girls to get a feel of how it is to perform in a stadium. And then they're going to launch a full album. They have released um, mini albums so far. So the talk on the street is that they're going to be releasing a full album with less of a TikTok feel and more of a Destiny's Child kind of feel. Like you have the dancing and also the vocal performances. So they will transition more into the serious vocal and stage performances kind of branding now. They also have allegedly they are in talk for a major movie TV collaboration. I don't know what that is. I didn't get information. The person who told me also didn't have information, but they said it's a big one. I don't know if it's an animation. I know that Sophia is actually singing one of the tracks for the DreamWorks Forgotten Island. I think it's a DreamWorks animation movie, full length animation movie. So I'm going to support that because she's singing one of the tracks. So, so she has her solo project now. But there is a mainstream that's like a movie, I don't know, movie TV collaboration waiting for them. Okay. Um, that's for 2026 and 2027. They will also be doing individual projects for 2026 to 2027. So most likely, Moana No Forgotten Island is the title of the new movie of DreamWorks. So for the individual projects, they are most likely going to be doing that for their full album. Okay, yeah, so individual songs most likely or units. But my bet would be individual because each member would probably want to sort of start experimenting with their own sound and start building their own portfolio. And in 2028 is when they're going to start mixing arena and stadium tour. So long-term plan, 2027 to 2028. Um, okay, I'm over time. I'm going to give you briefly Le Sserafim, and then I will continue more with Cat's Eye, Le Sserafim, and ILLIT. Okay, so briefly for Le Sserafim. So 2026 is their arena tour. It's still like it's not really it's an expansion of their 2020 of their first world tour in North America. But there is a major Western project waiting for them, and they're going to be transitioning into more like a TLC kind of sound, but fun. So TLC is very much like socially aware kind of sound, very R&B. They are headed towards that, but it's more fun in a more fun way. So it seems like the reason they actually transitioned um into the pure flow kind of branding is to veer away from the initial fearless branding, which I thought was crazy because their entire name is actually built on that. Right? It's supposed to be fearless, but I guess it's just that's the creative that's the creative journey of the girls. So it's good for Source Music to actually respect that and follow the movement of the girls instead of insisting on their initial branding. So at least there is growth in that. Okay. So that is sort of where they are headed, like the modern TLC kind of branding. And then 2026 and 2027, they'll do some heavy studio works and there will be individual projects. Most likely, they will have individual songs in their next album and some major brand partnerships. And this is going to be a bit more similar to the brand partnerships that BTS is actually doing, where they are not just endorsing the products, they're going to be launching a line with the products that they are endorsing. But I'm most interested in the individual projects that they have and the studio work. And then 2028 is when they're going to start doing some bigger arena tours, like expanded arena tours, and most likely an encore for the stadium as an encore stadium dates for them. Okay, so I am over time, but at least I was able to give you some of that, right? Okay, I will continue on that next presentation. And I also have some for ILLIT. I also have some insights on the strategy that other management companies are using for the other for their groups, their partnerships with Western labels. Okay, before I go, do you have questions? And did you like the video? Do you have questions, Moana? But if you watch dance competitions, they have little kids in costume like that before Cat's Eye and vote. Thank you. Good night. No questions. Good night, everyone. Destiny's Child's DLC. What is wrong with Manon? She is so cute. She's very, very cute. Beautiful. Cat's Eye costumes, not for kids. No questions. Love the entire stream. Okay, thank you, everybody. See you next. For the paid members, I will have to make up for the ones that, because I know I missed several. So I will be doing a paid members live stream this Friday to start catching up on the ones that I missed. Thank you, everybody. Bye.